But today's video is about what you see when you live from us. It is the Manchester trams. Yes, we have done a video on them in the past, and we're going to do another one today. So how about we get on one on that platform and go towards Piccadilly and Corbrook and see some of the trams and the destinations that are going on. I will preface this and say it was filmed over 2 days, and on the first day the Rochdale line was just about to be closed, and on the second one it is closed. So let's go back in time and see some of these trams, shall we?
They sometimes change where it goes from. Where it was stopping from here, they goes from
I'm sorry, but I really just want to get home. Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
looking around the Metrolink network when it's like this is brilliant. Apart from the fact, and it has been brought up as well, when it was really hot a couple of days ago, Metrolink were not giving water out. And take it from experience, those Metrolinks are hot when the sun's on them, but weren't giving anything out to drink. Whether they should or shouldn't is up for debate, really. Reform UK and Berry think they should, but I don't know. Well, the person I think, you know, 6-1 after the other, Metrolink will say, well, can't you just bring your own water on the train? But they're providing a service, so maybe they should as well. Also, next weekend, after this video anyway, we're going back to Queen Street. We're going to see the Manchester Transport Museum, and I'm going to get or reserve a ticket to go into the bus station that's next door. And if I can film any of that, then that'll be fantastic. I just want to apologise that I didn't release a video last week. Was just really busy and did loads of overtime and stuff like that, but yeah, not a bad bank holiday to be honest. But hopefully we'll get some more trams. Currently it's sale. Gonna go further up the network to Trafford Bar, Cornbrook again, and see more trams up there. I was just gonna say as well, they've shut the Rochdale line completely for I think it's like 3 weeks. This was like 3 weeks to do some engineering work on it, so it's obviously pretty bad. And this was planned before the heat wave turned up and the thunderstorms. But yeah, can you imagine getting a replacement bus from Rochdale all the way on that bus route all the way to Manchester? That's it longer than the tram. In fact, if I lived in Rochdale, I'd have to get we got a tram to work, I'd have to get the train. What would be quicker? And then from the 25th to the 29th of May, there's no services through Piccadilly Gardens due to engineering work, so the tram network is obviously gearing up for something. Lots of engineering work's being done. Probably the best time to do it as well, because there's no more football, so that's probably perfect timing actually. But yeah, let's see some more trams. I was going to go to Old Trafford, but there's an event on a cricket ground with loud music, and you know, we've not had a copyright strike yet on this channel. I don't really want one now, so came down to Trafford Bar instead. The station I've used quite regular actually, going to and from work. Old Trafford's good because it's literally right on the doorstep of the tram or Metrolink depot. That one should be going all the way to Rochdale. As you can see, it's only going to Victoria. The ones now go to Crumpsall. Because there's been a third platform at Crumpsall for goodness knows how long, and they've never used it. Until now, obviously. Well, they did, then COVID happened and they turned it off, then they didn't use it, and it's now 2026 and they've suddenly started using it again. So, what took 5-6 years to put it back into action, I have no idea. But we'll be going up that end of the line next week, so that'll be fun. So I think we'll get a few more here, and then we'll go back up to Cornbrook, so we've already been there. But let's go back. No, nothing wrong with going back there, is there? Yeah, the next couple of months could be very interesting, channel-wise. It's in England for the majority of it. I have looked at doing that new Lumo service that we saw in Crewe a couple of weeks ago, from Stirling to London. That's pretty good, actually. It's just getting to Stirling from Manchester that's a bit of an issue. I had to get to Glasgow, then Glasgow to Stirling. I don't really want to do the train that we're doing up to Stirling, because then it just ruins the point, doesn't it, really? Doing that. I'm going to Germany in October, I think. Yeah, October. Booked it for October. Not with Ryanair, EasyJet. Because the Lufthansa A340, the Princess of the Skies, is being retired, and Lufthansa have said the last date of their flying it to Riyadh is the 25th of October. And I thought, oh, sounds like a good idea for a trip, that. So that's what we're doing. But as you will probably be aware if you looked at any flight map, EasyJet don't fly from Manchester to Frankfurt, and if I was to fly direct to Frankfurt and back, long time, very expensive. For one person, it's like £200 and something per turn. I was like, hell no! So we're flying to Munich instead, then we're going from Munich to Frankfurt, so that should be fun. And then December, we have Budapest, which will be another flight review, that time with Jet 2, so yeah. I could have flown with Ryanair to Cologne, but I thought, I've already done that. And anything else I'm not too sure of yet, but yeah, 2 holidays booked, looking at somewhere to live as well, so it's all on go at the minute. which is why I missed one last week, and I didn't think I'd get this one out this week, but a bit of a break in the weather and I got it out, so butt in. But yeah, hopefully going forward there'll be one a week. But let's see some more trams before we call it a day. This station just gives you a proper view as to how much Manchester's changed, because you used to look over that way and all you see is the Hilton, whereas now you've got Deansgate Towers, which just look like a bunch of copycat Hilton hotels and just worse, basically. Over here we've got Salford Quays and all, but that's like they've been regened a lot over the past couple of years. But yeah, this is one reason I love Cornbrook Station, because it's just in the middle of everything. We occasionally get the train, as you saw before, but mainly it's all B network trams. One station off 100. So if anyone wants a tram stop, let them know so we can have 100. A video of all the different parts of the Metrolink network, like way back when. In fact, I'll probably have to think about when I did that. And that's when the tram network was fully complete. But there's been talk of extension after extension after extension for years, and it's never turned up, so let's see what happens going forward. Oldest line on the network, Bury. Altrincham's not too far behind it either. I have to do the ELR at some point this year. We have to. I've not done it in months. And I wanted Keighley as well, because I did enjoy doing the Keighley one, Heritage Railway as well, so that should be fun. But we'll, yeah, but at the minute, as I've said, Rochdale's closed until the end of this month, May. And there's delays, and you can't go through Piccadilly this weekend. So that's going to be fun. But obviously with no football being on, probably the best time to do it, really. Didsbury double. They've become more and more regular, especially on peak travel times. So the airport needs more doubles than what it gets, because it does get the occasional double, but it needs more. But when it comes to places that trams terminate at, not that very often, that's probably top of the list. Exchange Square. Yes, I've got my headphones. Something tells me that should be a Rochdale service. Well, obviously can't go all the way because they've shut it. Why it's not going as far as Victoria, I have no idea. Square and East Didsbury, side by side. Both doubles as well. The sun starts to go in and there's a threat of rain in the air. I think that's a good time to end the video. Do enjoy as much as I have. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification button for this video. Me and the coffee cup, who isn't in this one, will be in the next one.